Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Flying with Mike. Uh, Let the music run a little bit longer than I like, only because commercials started. And, what's the use of talking when you're in commercials with most people not subscribed? But first off and foremost, Hawker125 resubscribed at Tier 1. Hallelujah. Thank you, sir. You have been subscribed for 40 months. Wow. Thank you, sir. Welcome in. Looks like you might be the first one on top of all of that. But today, folks, I've been talking about this plane for the last couple of days. I am trying to get it back in the air. They've got it updated. Uh, I was your first. That's true. That's true. Hawker was my first subscription. So that is so true. Um, we haven't really flown this plane in about a year and a half, 2 years. Kind of making a light joke today that I can't get the doggone thing to start. Um, and I even did a video on it, folks, 2 years ago, how to start this plane. Well, if I say this right, Shenshee's 707 120, also known as a 720. You can either have the 720 or the Bravo. This is the Bravo version. Um, I got it to start today, and and I knew it was so simple. I just couldn't figure it out until this evening. So we are going to take it on a little test flight, shall we, with Pan Am Virtual. We are going to cross the channel, so to speak, um, over to Frankfurter. So we're going to depart Heathrow, head over to Frankfurt. Uh, Normally flown 737. Now 747s did do this occasionally. They'd come in from the States, drop in London, then continue to Frankfurt. But before the 747s, this was Pan Am's jewel of the sky, so to speak. The 707s. Primarily what you've all seen pictures and images of are the 300s versions. I don't know if they have what exact they had, but the 707 300s, which are a little longer and a lot more range than that. This was developed by Boeing to be the 707 short haul version. Kind of look at it. Fast forward to the 80s when the 767 came out. That's what the 757 was, or reverse it, the 757 came out and they grew from it into the 767 because the two are almost identical, except one's narrow bodied, one's wide. Kind of like that, probably apples and oranges, but I think you might get the point. So, but anyway, we are pretty much at dawn here in Heathrow. 9 o'clock departure. I have no idea what time it's set for right now. But you know what? Let's crawl into cockpit and let's get to work. Also, before we do, I'm going to give you one of the link. The link. Oh, wait a minute. I did it wrong. 720B. That will give you both the X-Plane 11 and 12. Now, the 11 only goes to like version 3 something, version 4.2, 4 point something, the latest, greatest version from them, and will continue maybe to update, is X-Plane 12. So it is workable in 11. I don't know about the FMCs, haven't tried it out yet over there. However, it is usable. In it will be the files, like I said, so you could load it to X-Plane 11 or X-Plane 12. Also, how to fly parts of it, which we'll be looking at as I'm kind of trying to remember it. But the part you really want to pay attention to is checklists. Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it coming down from Hawker. Oh, God, another checklist. Oh, you mean I got to read? Yeah. Um, that's how I figured this out. I went in, dug through the checklists and going, there has got to be a valve I'm not turning. Sure enough, you'll see what I mean, how it is a little hidden, but I'm not going to cut myself off or let myself off that easy because it's right there. And yeah, so right now we are sitting with the electric card on, nav light, you can see the green, and air cart hooked up. Yes, these aircraft in the 60s needed power, air, until the 727s came out, which brought the APU. Then they outfitted the 707s out with it. Actually, a little easier in this plane than the 727. And of course, everything afterwards. All right, so with all of that, folks, let's get up in the cockpit here. Let's turn the dials back. Okay, not all that far. Don't start the Days of Our Lives theme song just yet, because it is set up somewhat. Now, I don't have the PBRs, I guess they're called, the textures that bring these gauges out, I guess. I'm okay with it this way. But we've turned it back to a time when we've had 3 people in the cockpit at a minimum to fly it. Your flight engineer, who basically made the flight very comfortable. Your first officer, and in this seat, your captain. So we're going a little bit back in time. Now, one other thing. Oh, I got to add those all the time. Huh. You can fly this plane. VOR, NDB, NDB. I'm not certain how all of that'll work. SIVA, I think you have to have them. We'll find out. And FMC. That's how I plan to fly it. And oh man, sorry folks, been a long day of flying. Crew rest definitely gonna feel good tonight. So I think we're ready to go. Hang on a second, I'm gonna get an update on our QNH of 1026. Okay, there we go. And we're going to set our radar altimeter while we're here to 400, and we'll just leave it there. All right, let's head up top. Now, actually, a little bit adjusted. Nice look out there, isn't it? Ooh, actually, that is a nice look. Hang on, I'm going to set that as a wing view. How about, whoa, oh, that's right. I'm like, why don't I have the other one? That's the only one that matters, right, folks? All right, so like I said, sun's rising here in London, so let's go to work. Over here, well, first off, you know what? I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let's quickly go over the flight. I'll show you how we've gotten to this part real quick, and then we'll get her fired up. Get her done. All right, so you can see whoa, everyone's going, that's Heathrow? Where's all the people? Yeah, thank goodness. No, 28,160 pounds for payload, 33,083 pounds for fuel. That'll work. Hopefully we get close to this 176,960 on the zero fuel. We're hoping also that it adds to 123. Thing is, we don't have loaders like we're used to in Tolis, a Zebo, you name your airplane, even Felis. So you're using the onboard one. Planning, 9 right departure, 7 right arrival. Okay, 7 right will work. I had to think for a second. And then there's our arm load of flight plan. Mach 0.80 is the flight today. 35,000 to TOBOP. Then we might drop to 23. Don't hold your breath on that one. Over here, we have pretty much beautiful weather here. 50 degrees in London. Really no clouds. Well, let's put it this way. The guy can't stick his head out and define if there's clouds or not. We've had troubles here before. Boy, I'd love to get a job there. Maybe not. But down in Frankfurt, we have a ceiling at 4,100 feet, north wind, 8 knots, 40, call it 49, 48 degrees. It's the middle of the night. Nothing significant. Cool. We like that word. For now, I'm going to go ahead, get us in here on a flight plan. Okay, that's all good. 140. I think that's still doable, barely, but I do believe doable. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it. And oh, got one more. Where is it? Are you kidding me? I had it up already. Where was it hiding? Oh, man. Boy, it's just one of those kind of weeks, folks. Everything wants to hide from the captain. All right, flight plan filed. We're not going to go online just yet. All right, so we have everything in order here. I'll show you where we're spotted here in a moment. Let's pull this away and catch up where we're at. All right, first and foremost, where are you? Okay, we're going to come up here first, edit weight and balance, set it to 28. 160. Okay, that's our payload right now. Fuel, 33,083 pounds. Folks, these were pigs when it came to fuel back then. Remember, fuel back then might have been a quarter per gallon for a car. I mean, if even that. So by setting it like this, gives you a feel. You know, they really didn't do much with it back then. Yeah, he just couldn't figure out there's clouds above him. I had to look. All right, so then once you have the airplane loaded, come here. This part's the easy part, folks. Turn your ground power air cart to call or follow this. I just did that. Now, VORs, let's go to INS. Let's see what we get. Huh, look at that. There's INSs. Okay, interesting enough. However, I'm going to FMCs, and that, my friends, is a nav display. What? Yeah, it's pretty intense what you get here. And it's a special, almost like the Citation 10. We'll see how this works. Okay, I've got the main door open. We've got the vertical stabilizer high frequency antenna up there. And this shows what our gross weight is and landing reference speed. Now this can appear, well, is appearing right over there. Now it comes up either by touching the table or the center pillar here. All right, so once you got the ground power, you got the ground air hooked up, come on over here, turn it on, turn it on. Okay, now you're going to see needles rise a little here and a little more here. I'll even show it. See, okay, so that one didn't go, but that one did. Okay, that's good. I also come in here, open these guards up and close the bus tie. You can't do this one till the engines are running. Now, if you have your X pilot fired up, ready to connect, well, you got one little issue. Let me show you. There's no frequencies. I wonder why. Well, folks, that is because the avionics are not turned on. Lo and behold, there they are. Pretty Ashkenazi, huh? Okay, bear with me a second here. Again, this is something I did not think about. Huh, I don't think. Can I? That is interesting. I do not think. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking I can't. Okay, one last place. Yeah, I don't think I can. Wow, I can't bring in 21.5 on the receive, I don't think. Just making sure nothing's hiding up here. And just so we don't get into any troubles. There we go. All right, so we're going to do our best with this up here. Ooh. Yeah. All right, well, now we've learned something. So we cannot receive 121.5. It's just one more look over here. Huh, that's really bizarre. Really is. I have to try and figure that one out, how this is going to get to be legal, if even, with VATSIM. Anyway, so there you have it, folks. In order to see your comm information here, got to turn your avionics on. So to work it here as well. All right, so we've got the power on. We've got the air on. Now, how do we start this thing? All right, well, let's go to the checklist. Now, I don't have this set up so we can easily read through it, but I'm just going to hit a couple highlights, okay? Let's head up to the overhead. First off, the big thing is get your lights ready. Because we are, you know, let's be honest, we are a little bit on the darkened side. The only thing I don't like is I can't, and I know the red lights are the preferred lights, okay? Dome. So, all right, so we're all basically set to go. Just arm on, low. The cool thing is, folks, it really is pretty basic. Sorry, folks, itch in the eye there. Don't know if that's meant to be a test or not. But anyway, exterior lighting, that's a little lower down here. I've got right now the logo and the nav light on, everything else off. Here's your flight director and the command bars. Auto brake, if you want it, folks, you don't have to. Very hard to tell if back then this plane would have had it. It was very close to the time they had that ability. All right, let's get going. So we're pretty well set to go. Let's get the FMC up and running. All right, bear with me. I'm just gonna I don't have a camera, I don't think. Yeah, it's not real easy. EDDF no, we're going the other way. Next, EG, here it is. Okay, EGLL, EDDF, 9, flight number. Well, actually, let's go ahead, get in here. Bear with me, departure, arrival, departure. We're departing 9 right on, Det 1J, right? Hang on, I'm checking my charts. Det 1J, I hope. Which one's 1J? Okay, yeah, that's us, 1J. Again, select your runway. Usually get this where you want it. Okay, come back, hit execute. Flight number PAA2. I said 2. Okay, next page. Here's our route, looks good. To IMCO 1D, which I think is our arrival. To D654. All right, so that's all in there as it should be. The only thing we haven't set up is the approach, and I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just put that to 2. See if I get, no, I didn't think so. What flight level? That I did not remember. 35. All right, we are ready to go. Kind of looking it over to see if there's going to be, whoa, there could be. Let's VNAV. And this is pretty standard. Transition level is 6,000. Okay, and next, tree 5000. All right, progress. Wow, look at that. Schnazzy. Okay, pretty well set. Now, here's where I need to learn this plane a little bit. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Well, the first problem we have is how do we fly GPS? That means I need to open up a folder. Okay. Okay, it says I can do it by entering the route. Okay, well, we'll do our best here. All right, let's get her started up. I think we're ready to go. Start levers, okay. And throttles, make sure. Okay, flaps are 0, spoilers down. And we're 0, 0. All right, let's start it. We've gone long enough. We actually did have it running earlier today, this evening. So let's do it. On the checklist, before starting engines, if you run through it, window heat, we got that. Gear handle, okay, gear handle's down. We got our 3 green. Probe heats, come on. Okay. Flight director's on. Nav radios, I think, are set. We'll do our best here. Actually, no, they're not. Let's get them set. Well, we'll do our best. That's all I'm going to try on this one. All right. Finally, brakes, nav radios, comms are set, oil, air okay. So first, let's start over here before we get, I know it's going to do that. Air or ground air on. Got some pressure, got a little up. Make sure your external powers are set. Galley power on. don't worry about your bleeds just yet. Oh, you can. Okay, good. I hate dealing with them later. Really? I hate when they do that. Okay, now they're being a pain. Real pain. Okay, we'll come back to it. There we go. Got the bleeds. These are really a pain in the rump switch. I really don't think they would have been that way back then. Oxygen pressure checked, good. Flaps are up, light director set, transponder is on standby, and radar is set. All right, so here's where I screwed up. Also, it's not in the checklist. Surprise, surprise. Turn all of these on. They're all set, ready to go. Okay, let's get back up front here. Close the front door. Jetway away. Okay, you ready? What I had forgotten, folks. Okay, oh, wait a minute. One thing, galley power off. Now, here's what I forgot. Right here. Ground start select. You saw how it blended in? See how these blend in? Yeah, go to low pressure. There is no start sequence given, just so you know. I'm going to start up, I'm just going to start them one at a time. And we hope for the best. N2 is the second from the bottom on the left. See it building? Now, I didn't do something, and I hope I don't pay for it. Number 1 is started. See N2 light up? Here comes the EGT. Here comes N1. That, folks, is a successful, hallelujah, finally, start of the airplane. Okay, now what I'll do is then come back over here. Number 1, close it. And turn both of these to number 1. Leave everything. Yeah, I know. You would think you got to start these compressors and so forth. Nope. That's all you had to do, folks. It was that valve right here that made this a pain in the butt. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Watch N2. Now, right above lever 1, the throttle 1, you see number 2, N2 building. Get it over. and then click number 2. Halfway there, folks. That one switch. Get you every time. We're just waiting for it to stabilize. Then we'll go for number 3, then number 4. And then we'll go for a pushback. What do you say? Sound like a plan? Sound like a plan, man? All right. Back over here, up, and you guessed it, we're going to bring the circuit on. And we repeat for number 3. N2 is building. Oh, this will make somebody I know very happy to see fly again. Okay, number 3, light off. Now, interesting, I'm trying to find out, I'm not doing very well at it. Was the KC-135 a derivative of this? You ever look at a 135 and a AWAC E3? E3's longer. Always wondered that. Now, this doesn't have, you're not coming up through the wheel well, literally, but I think you get my point. Last but not least, number 4. Oh, get your butt up there. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have Shenshee's, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, 707-120B fired up. And last but not least, number 4 closed. Now, with everything up and running, we can now come back over. Close that. You see how that just hides so nicely? Aggravates. Engine 2, engine 3. That's what we were working on here. Just so you know, engine 2, engine 3 hydraulics are here. Now, okay, so we're on, I'm going to go now to 3. Turn that off, turn that off. Turn our galley power back on. And actually, I can just do it right here. Ground call off. And that removes our ground power. Essentials are set, external power is off, galley power, ground services removed, electric panel, fuel panel all set. Now the air conditioners are turned on. And they're getting comfortable back there again. Okay, temperature controls, 22, 23 seems pretty good to me. Pitot heat up front, over here. Pitot heat's on. And we're ready for pushback, folks. How about that? One little switch. All right. We'll see how all of this works. Okay, on departure, we need to end, we intercepting 1360. Okay. And we're intercepting 120. What is runway 9? 89. Well, unfortunately, we'll be as close as we can. All right, we're set. Hopefully pretty quick here. You know what? Give me 102. All right, reason being, I'm going to change this. We're going to 1730. And over here, 1360. Okay. All right, now we're ready. Pushback, please.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right. Hope you all enjoyed. Hang on. I have not been paying attention a lot to the chat, intentionally trying to get as much in as quickly as possible. But within the hour, we have successfully started and are pushing back. Please, oh please, good.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Cleared to connect. Heathrow traffic, Clipper 2, pushing back from stand 313 for 9 right.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, brakes released.
Starting pushback.
Now, granted, you wouldn't do this in stand, folks. You'd have done it after pushback. Oh, we have reverse thrust. Okay. All right, just realized I forgot to change a title. Not on the stream, but on a thing that allows y'all every so often to know what the stream is, just to keep people up to date.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tows. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Oh man, wow, I just realized how old. There's your airspeed Mach number gauge. Wow, those now are incorporated. Interesting times. 145. All right, we're ready to taxi, I believe. Yep. All right. Okay, before takeoff, fuel panel, fuel heat, start switches to flight start, and pitot heat's on. Q inlet on. Ah, so that's when we turn this little sucker on. What was the other one? Flight start. Okay. Nacelles as required wing is takeoff data, flight instruments, bugs, altitude set, flaps, stabilizer trim. Oh, Good luck with that one. All right, let's start our taxi. Yeah, you all are gonna like this panel. Airports, VOR, NDB, waypoints. Yeah, you can follow it just like you do on the new generation aircraft. All right, we're off we go. Okay, 9 right. We'll go via Bravo all the way down. I believe that's what they'd want. All right, I hope y'all are enjoying our re-debut, if you will, of the Boeing 707-120. Heathrow traffic Clipper 2 departing 9 right. Okay, stabilized. Speed's alive. Positive rate, gears up. Looks like we're doing a pretty good job tracking. All right, things are looking really good right now, folks, as we climb out of here. Again, my apologies for not paying attention more to the chat. Being a new aircraft and all, it is kind of, I want to make sure I'm ahead of any kind of issues. Okay, and we're just watching our Mach. When we get up here to 0.80, we'll be in a better position. I like that climb power a little better. All right, what a flight so far, folks. I really hope y'all enjoy this plane. It's actually pretty simple. Now that once I could get it started, it's, you know, fine. That just drove me crazy that I couldn't figure that out. But now we're going to maintain 280. Now we may have to lower the nose to keep it on track here without pushing the engines too hard, because folks, I don't know what he has set up in here, if there's a potential. For anything okay, let's see how that does. Remember, we're just maintaining 280. The goal is to get to our flight level 350 and continue on. Again, with that download, folks, if you're doing 720 Bravo, comes X-Plane 11 and 12, about the aircraft, and checklists. Checklists are extremely important to be able to use this plane. That's the only way I found that switch, and that's all I was looking for, was that switch. So just thought I'd let you know. All right, and so I think we've got a hit here, folks. Great job there with the creator, Shenshee. Hang on, I've got it, I think. Shenshee's 707-120. Great job. I'm gonna be looking for some liveries here soon for it. I've got a flight planned for it, so I think y'all will enjoy. I haven't decided yet the full way it's gonna go. I am loving that I'm tracking. All right, so the key here, now the only way the INS works when you set that up, I think I can show it to you real quick here. So instead of selecting FMS, you would have gone here. You need to buy SIVA. Says it right on there. It shows up the neat little gizmos, but you got to have SIVA. So you're gonna have to go buy that for it to work. Now, if you want to be like those guys back in the day, flying VOR to VOR, VOR and ADF, VOR I can kind of handle, folks. It's the wanting to go NDB, I need a lot of help. I really need a lot of help. So, but anyway, very cool, very neat aircraft. Gonna have to say I like it, folks, and it is free. Makes it even so much better. Matt, 1997, what version of X-Plane are you running? X-Plane 12? Got an ad running? Oh, I don't know. All right, folks. Hang on a second here. got about 40 minutes. It is, no, I wish 1.4. It's 1.2 R4. 0.3 coming next in the betas is going to deal with the internal ATC. So we're not talking how it connects to VATSIM or multiplayers or anything. We're talking inside if you just want to fly at default. The speculation is 1.4 will be the radars. This is 1.2 release 4. The actual release candidate, they're calling it now. So that's what we're in. And don't want to blow through my altitude. Hang on. It's a little tricky here to keep up with it. Let's go ahead, power down the climb a little bit to about 1,000 feet a minute. Mainly, I want to keep the engines tamed. Ooh, that's a little rough, I think. That's all I want to click it. Okay, so 90. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's gonna keep us sane here. Top of descent is still some 100 miles out. That is only because we have yet to put the arrival in. That's because yours truly hasn't fully figured it out. And you know what yours truly's just gonna do? 654. Okay, so let's go to departure. Go to arrival on here. We're going to fly the IMCOM 1D. Activate. ILS. Execute. Oh, I love it. Basically looking okay. See if it stops or if I have to. Okay, now looking here, we're a little above 0.80. So we'll adjust. Granted, it didn't have this back then. To see how we do. We're actually doing pretty good. All right, folks, we're in cruise, believe it or not. Did I kill anyone back there? Okay, packs are on, bleeds are, well, yeah, air conditioning's on. Pressurization's 7,500 feet. That are going to hurt a little bit coming out. We'll dump it as we come down. How we doing here? There you have it, folks. Now we have the arrival put in. Right now IMCOM is 21,000. So from there I'm going to 14 times 3, so we're looking at about 50 miles out. We'll start our descent. The key is 11,000 at 431. We'll go ahead, do the racetrack, only to just get us down, take our time, get things set up the way they need to be, and then shoot the ILS. Okay, folks, this is just a, I have been dying, and I know the other sim now has a 707, and I just had to. It's been 2 years since it took flight, and then I found out it was updated, so we had to do something. And it's a really good job. Highly recommend it. One more time, folks, for those coming aboard right now, there you have it. Nice link to it. Again, you get both X-Plane 11 and 12. Checklists, very important file. Checklists. Believe me, folks, I sat, again, can I go back over this? I went and did a video 2 years ago when X-Plane 12 came out. This aircraft had just ported over. There were some issues still, but we could start it. And 2 years later, oh my gosh, either Shenshee did a wonderful job updating and began to put more procedural items in, or I missed it. But folks, we got it started today, and then I said, you know what, I gotta stream it. So Flight 3 went off today. Now, won't tomorrow. I think I'm gonna hold off on that one for right now. There's some other things I'm working with on another flight that I may use this plane with, and I want to keep it available. So I hope you enjoy. We're headed to Frankfurt. We've just crossed, or just now over the channel, I believe. Oh no, we're into France, or Belgium, I'm sorry, and pushing our way there. How about, oh yeah, I can. Let's try this. What is SPY? 13.1. Okay, we're about 36 miles from SPY. You know what? I think it's time. Kind of curious where we are on this route. Okay, so just a little after SPY, we're going to begin our descent down to 2,300 or 23,000. And then that'll put us right in track for the arrival. But Matt, 1997 Air, I hope I answered your question. Probably way too wordy as usual. One other thing out there, folks, if you're looking for a virtual airline to come aboard on, new or maybe even digital combat simulator you enjoy, have I got an airline for you that I'm actually the you want to call it a hub manager, airline manager? I don't know what you call it. I don't think they have a title for me. That would be scary if someone ever did. I want you, if you're in that boat, you're looking for someone, check out Pan Am Virtual. Now we have several sides, if you will, to this airline. Pan Am, go duh, it's called that. But we also have, of all things, TWA Virtual. Yeah, anyone with aviation knowledge knows that's like oil and water. TWA and Pan Am? Really? Yeah, really. Now, what we've done here is Pan Am, it pretty much runs along the historical lines. 1985 schedule. We have, now technically, you should be flying the 737-200, allow the 800. Okay, but 727's rule, 707's rule. Matter of fact, the CEO is actually working on 1961 schedules. No 74s flew then, folks. No L10s or DC-10s or anything else. DC-8 maybe, but I don't know of any sim that has that aircraft available. He's working on that, so get ready. So that's what you're going to look more, what the airline really looked like. Now, TWA. I love the airline, folks. I live in the city they were headquartered at, St. Louis. Never had a 737-800. It's kind of funny. They never had an Airbus 20 either. But in TWA, it is, believed to have survived, and that's where these come in. 767, 727s, MD-80s can fly there, no problem. And some of the, well, no, we don't have the jet streams or anything that I know of, or ATRs. But, so you have those two. You have Atlas Air Cargo. Cool. And digital combat sim. The airline itself has a squadron or wing for digital combat. Check with the CEO for complete details. I am not in that, so I can't tell you much about what goes on, training requirements, anything like that. But it is an option for you if you're one of those curious what it's like. So again, simply !PAAB, and that'll give you the link to our website to become a member. Love to meet you, love to have you aboard on the Pan Am side. One of our moderators, I don't think is up moderating right now. No, he's not right now, but he takes care of the TWA side of the house. So come aboard, check us out. We'd love to have you aboard. You can fly a great plane like this one. Take you back to the days of first generation jetliners. Okay, second. Very pretty airplane. Like I said, I'd love to find out if the aircraft here, and if it had anything to do with the KC-135, or if it came out of the KC-135 designs. Just curious. Obviously it didn't have these engines, the first 135s, but they did later on. Okay, am I reading that right? 21 miles? Yep, all right. I'll go ahead and put this one on progress. 20 miles, top of descent, so we're coming down at SPY. All right, great flight, not very long. Working on that, folks, but important parts solved. Getting it to fly to start with. Iowa Scotsman, what's going on? I am flying a little later than normal tonight. Promised it last night and just couldn't after the weekend we had. But yeah, we're a little later than normal. But hope you don't mind. Am I rubbing into your fly time? Nice to see and talk with the Iowa Scotsman. Great to have you aboard. Especially in this good old airliner. Glory days of flying. I'm still worried. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Oh, might have to surprise Virtual USA's flight group and fly in this. I mean, normally I'm in a caravan or something like that, but really catch them off guard. Ooh, classic landing. Well, you know, John Travolta gets away with it. You know, hey. I'm just still, you know, the things you learn, you know, the A330, there's so much to learn that Tolis packed in that. Oh, I can't wait to begin to unwrap all of it. But this plane, oh my gosh. I mean, look at this, folks. For FMCs, you get a nav display. I mean, wow. I mean, just, you don't even get this in the default aircraft. Seriously, that's awesome. All right, let's start our descent. Oh, what are we going down to? 23. All right, that puts us oh, is there like rain all of a sudden? So much for no significant. No, guess not. MVFR though. So our ceiling is 1,800 feet. Oh, jeez. Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna definitely take our time on this. Allow it to come down, bust out of the clouds like we did over in Australia, and just take our time with it. Got about a 2,000 or so foot descent. So here we are, folks, coming into Pesov, TOBOP, and NIVNU, and then headed to IMCOM. Real quick, it's IMCOM. You can follow it right on down. 11,000 at DF 431. We're just going to do the racetrack, getting us down so when we turn for 654, we can get on that ILS, get fully established, let it do the work for us while we do everything else. We forgot a couple of things on takeoff. Try not to forget them on landing. First thing, I'm gonna set brakes to 2. All right, next, I don't know if we can arm the spoilers or not. Okay, so from 444, look over here, 7, maybe, maybe, oh, there it is. Okay, so we'll come around onto the 654. That is, where's 660 at? So it's 14, 15, we'll call it, 20, 24, 28 mile final. Just shy of what you do in Los Angeles. I mean, 100 miles out, you're shooting the ILS. Just kidding. Seems like it, but it seems like it. So, all right, so then we'll come in. Frequency we'll need to have lined up 110.95. We'll set the heading or the course to 060, 4,000 feet at 660. and our minimum is 200 feet AGL. So what I plan to do when we get on at 654 at 4,000, we're going to hold that, grab the ILS, then I'm going to set the altitude to about the radar to 200. We'll do that right now. Well, no, we can't. And we'll bring it in. 200, 550 meters on visibility. Since well, that's if we lose lights. All right, so really pretty simple, easy to handle approach. All right, there's our call at IMCOM. Let me clear this out. Okay, I'm going to set 17. And basically, I'm just going to take the base altitudes. After we pass LV, I'm going to then set 11,000. And I think I'm going to poke it one more down. Ooh, transition level. $5,000 feet. Okay. I'm going to lay odds it's higher. But without ATC here, without accuracy in the transition level department, I'm gonna stay safe and go with the chart. Okay, I think we're past it. Going for 11,000. And I am pretty sure we'll make that. Okay, so let's get into the rest of the checks. Altitude is set, pressurization set, landing data, we'll get that in a second. QNH radar altimeter set to a little bit before 200. Number 1, number 2 at 10,000. Oh, well, they stayed on. I didn't see that. All right, and then we'll begin pressurization. Auto brakes are set, and we are ready. So you can kind of see what we're doing here, folks. Okay, let's get up here, get those wing lights on. Okay, we are in what I call the racetrack, headed out to DF 432. Then we'll turn back for 439. Follow that 14, 18, 22, 26 miles. Then we turn inbound. So with that last bit, let's put the ILS in. Okay, it's 110.95. All right, I doubt it'll let me set it when I'm in GPS. Nope. All right, QNH here is okay, there we go, making the turn. Okay, and FRD is 15.9. So about 135, so we'll come in at about 140, 145. Okay, 800 feet a minute, roughly. All right, folks, we are set up. We'll make a 2,000-foot adjustment at about 443. Now you gotta notice something here. I thought I saw it. Now I can't find it, of course, when I'm looking for it. There's what I'm looking for, altitude hold. So I hope you all have a great week. We're gonna keep at it here. Tomorrow we've got a A320 flight that I've got to get updated tomorrow, so that could delay us slightly in getting airborne, but it should be a great flight. I forget what. Oh, and then the second one we be back in Europe again. So, and like I said, this flight will not fly tomorrow night. I'm working up something. I want to see what we can do back to Heathrow. I think I may cancel that, just maybe put in a different flight if we get time. But other than that, folks, this has been a wonderful flight. Now we get to really test it out. We're going into marginal VFR. Ceiling 36 minutes ago was 1,800 feet overcast. We'll see if that's where it really is. But we have Cat 2. Technically, I don't know if this plane was really Cat 2, but we'll see what we can do. All right, I am going to drop us another 2,000. Nice and easy. And if someone would drop a rope out so we can lasso this clear spot and get it ahead of us. Would be nice. All right, so we're waiting on the glide path. Right, 110. Glide path. All right, we are Frankfurt traffic, Clipper 2, 20-mile final 7 right on the ILS. All right, we're on the localizer. Glide slope is not moved yet. We're not close enough yet though. Okay, new in overcast now 1900 as of 15 minutes ago. 9 and 7 still visibility okay. Still saying nothing significant. Okay. Slowing 160. Why didn't we descend? Frankfurt traffic, Clipper 2, approximately 3-mile final, 7 right. Landing. Cleared to land.
Minimums.
Landing. Welcome to Frankfurt, folks. And Frankfurt traffic, Clipper 2, clear of 7 right. All right, let's see here if we... Oh, we can take this Mike 14 all the way in. Actually, we'll head on down to Mike 7, come in. Okay, auto brakes off, brake pressure, landing lights, transponder has to stay on. Flaps are up, speed brakes retracted, stave trim set. Air conditioning set, radar we don't really have, and Q inlet can be turned off now. Okay, yaw dampers off. Start switches off. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this return to the skies of the 707 120. Yes, to those asking, it's a big airport. And Pan Am flew a lot of flights in here. Miami, Washington, JFK, LA, San Francisco, Seattle. Oddly enough, none from Chicago. Um, So all right, we're here, folks. Welcome again in. Let me do this. Okay, that's set. Okay, brakes, landing, that's all we've already done. Ground services. Unfortunately, this you have to do because we do not have the onboard APU. All right, and okay, working. We've got our seatbelts off already. Air conditioning controls as needed. Galley power as needed. Electric fuel pumps. That's something we can think about killing. All right, there you have it, folks. Now, let's see. Oops. Which jet bridge? My guess, the one facing away. How'd I know that? And there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed. That was actually enjoyable. And actually quite a relaxing flight. Granted, we're not when VATSIM is at its heaviest. I see one other aircraft here. I think it's that 7.4. I don't think there's anything. Folks, there could be as many as 30 to 40 aircraft on VATSIM at a time in here. So the fact that it's this dead, oh my goodness, I'm glad to hear it actually does have some time of quiet. All right, we're going to come off the network. Let's do a quick recap here before the ad starts. First off, Elevatech 289. Wow, not bad. Flight filed. And let's check that out real quick. $289 as well. All right, so that's good. We're in, it's approved. No hard landings. And great flight overall, folks. One last thing to look at, Sim Toolkit. Okay, they're mean to us, 430. Okay, they can be whatever. Oh, how we doing here? Okay, we still got time before the ad starts. Let's go ahead and finish the flight off. Okay. 430. View the details. Hour and a half flight, 350 miles, 5,200 kilograms of fuel. And by the way, I don't know how to change that. I wish I did. Sorry, folks. 1.3, 1.4 on the G's landing. Beautiful to me. Felt great. Wow. Wow. That is a wonderful look. Fortunately, what was it landing us on? Of course. The center. Ah, you gotta love it. All right, well, anyway, folks, we're at 1,700 feet off the center. No, we were actually almost right on the center. So really a great thing. It's just the way Sim Toolkit can be sometimes. All right, so we're going to call it. And I'm going to close out some things here. And let's see if we can't get a good rewind. First off, though, let's close, because I don't know if this airplane... Wow. I'm going to tell you another thing, folks. That is one of the few approaches I felt like I flew pretty well on my own. Here we go. Poof in the pudding. Little long. Okay. That was a really, to me, it looked pretty good. One last look, and then we're going to wrap things up. There you have it, folks. What a wonderful approach, landing, and into a wonderful day of flying. I hope you enjoyed the 720 as much as I did. Really a gem to fly, and we're going to call it a night. We will see you tomorrow. Hope you enjoy. Could be a little touch late, but what else is new with flying with Mike? So for now, y'all have a great night. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow, and look for some more Boeing 720 flights in the future. See you tomorrow.